Well, welcome back to Landing Zone Home. Either you're shopping for an air compressor for your RV, or maybe you don't even know if you need one for your RV. So I'm going to help you with both of those questions today as we look at the VIAIR air compressor. Well, right up front, let me answer the question, do you need an air compressor, and why should you carry an air compressor in your recreational vehicle? Well, you may be able to get along without it if you always have access to some location you can pull in and fill up air, get everything normalized. But ideally, you want to make sure your tires are at the correct pressure when they are cold before you hit the road. You're not always going to have air available. If you're at home and your recreational vehicle's been sitting for a few weeks or a few months and you're ready to hit the road, you want to get those tires topped off before you pull out the driveway. So I have always carried an air compressor, and I have used them in locations that are miles and miles away from any other source of air. Out on the highway, in remote campgrounds, while boondocking, you just never know when you might need it. If you watched any of my videos about tires, or if you read any of my books on RVs and Airstreams, you know that I'm a real stickler for air pressure in the tires. That's one of the easiest ways for premature tire failure, is to have insufficient air in your tires. And if you want to put a stop to a trip real easily, tire failure will do it. So let's talk about how to keep your tires fully inflated today using this VIAIR air compressor. This is the 400P-RV automatic air compressor. They make these compressors ranging from $60 up to just over $300, and this is the top of the line right here. It's made for RVs, and let me walk you through what it comes with. The storage bag, which is quite nice. You get two hoses here, which will stretch to any length of any RV that you might have. You get an adapter hose, have a tire pressure gauge with a pistol grip, and this is the extension for connecting to the tires. The air compressor is operated by 12-volt direct current, so you connect it to your vehicle's battery. You can do this one of two ways. If you have a travel trailer, such as I have here, or fifth wheel, you can connect it to the battery providing that your unit is plugged into shore power. Otherwise, you need to connect it to a vehicle with the engine running. That could be your motorhome or your tow vehicle that you're using for your trailer. The unit has a filter right here on the end. So it has the two clamps, the positive and the negative clamp for your battery. It has a inline fuse here to protect it from over voltage. This model, the 400P-RV and also the 400P, goes up to 150 psi, which is plenty for any RV tires. It can take a tire from being flat, and in just a matter of minutes it will pump that tire up regardless of the tire pressure up to 150. I've used this on tires which run 110 psi, and there was absolutely no problem. Now, these air compressors come in two service capabilities. One is 100 psi at an unlimited amount of time, and the other one is 100 psi at about 20 minutes. And the difference is the one that's the unlimited time does not fill your tire as quickly, therefore the air compressor is not generating as much heat. The one that is on a shorter duty cycle, the 20-minute cycle, it will provide more air immediately, but the air compressor will heat up, and this compressor does get quite hot. But it does cool back down real quickly, and you can slick between the two but you can make that selection, and I'm going to leave you a link in the video description below where you'll get much more information on purchasing these air compressors and more details on the difference between the various models. So I'm going to do a demo and I'll hook it up and show you how to use it. So the first hose goes into your compressor. The extension hose goes on there. You'll take the brass end that fits right onto that. Then lastly, the adapter extension. And next I'll connect it to my travel trailer battery. You'll notice I have two 12-volt batteries here, and the proper way to connect it is to go from the positive on one battery over to the negative on the opposite battery. And now I can turn on the compressor. It initially pressurizes the air lines, and we're all set now to inflate a tire. As you inflate the tire, you can use this pressure, tire pressure, to monitor it as it goes in to get it to the right pressure. In the case of this truck, I'm going to press this button right here and let some air out because it's more than what I like to run this at. Drop it down to about 75 pounds and leave it right there. It's that simple to do. I check my air pressure every travel day, which means if I am traveling on a particular day, that morning while the tires are still cold, I'll check the pressure using either something like this. This is a tire pressure gauge from Cobalt. It's a really nice one. You can pick these up at Lowe's. Or I'll just turn on my tire pressure monitoring system and let it sync up with my tires, and look at that. I use the TST 507 model tire pressure monitoring system, and I'll also give you a link down in the comments below for that. To wrap up this video, let me tell you what makes this air compressor so special. It's very compact. It comes with a nice carry bag, and that really makes a difference for us Airstream owners that don't have a lot of storage space. I used to carry a full-size Craftsman air compressor, and frequently, especially at higher altitudes, I just could not get over 60 or 70 pounds of pressure out of that, although it was rated for 150 pounds. I've never had the issue with this VIAIR. The compressor design is so different and unique that it will get that pressure regardless of the altitude that you're at. The other thing I like about VIAIR is that it works off of 12-volt DC, which means if you're on the side of the road with a flat tire or a tire going low, you can connect this to the battery of your vehicle, either your motorhome or your tow vehicle, and it operates. And lastly, don't let the price dissuade you from not buying this air compressor. This air compressor will be the last air compressor you ever buy for your recreational vehicle. It's built like a tank. It will last forever. You take care of it, keep it dry, keep it in a protective bag. It'll always be there and be ready for you. The price really isn't that bad, but if you're going cheap on an air compressor, then that's what you're going to get. You'll get a couple of years service out of it, then you'll be looking for a replacement. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and ring that little bell so you get notifications of future videos. And until next time, thanks for watching.